Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Radik. I post video about marketing and business and my journey about what I'm doing at the moment. Today's video, I'm going to be explaining how I would go about starting an ecom business or faceless ecom business. And this is based on someone who asked me a question from one of my recent videos. So if you're new here and you're into this kind of content, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get into it. So a couple weeks ago, I posted this video. I originally didn't plan on making this a YouTube video. I just posted it just because why not? And the few people who commented on it seem to have enjoyed it. So the person who asked me the question today was Christian Sanchez. He posted a comment and he said, let me move this out of the way. He said, I've never commented on a YouTube video in my life, but this video is really inspiring. I have a similar mindset, and I know with this mindset, you'll become more successful. I have requested to follow you on Facebook, Instagram. I've been trying to drop ship for a month and created 2 stores, but they were unsuccessful. You have given me a different insight into how you run your business. I have a few questions for you about the business process and marketing. So like I said in all my other videos, if you guys have a question about business or marketing or anything that I could potentially help you with, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, or just drop it in the comment below. So I'm going to hop over to my Facebook Messenger and look at the question he has and try to answer his question to the best of my abilities. Just a quick disclaimer, I don't script these videos, and if the microphone quality is not good, I apologize. I'm working on getting a new microphone. And also, I am not a guru. I'm not selling anything. I know you guys see a bunch of videos online about people making thousands of dollars with e-com and drop shipping and all of those things. I guess I'm starting to get up there into that level of things, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not doing anything crazy or like groundbreaking or anything. I'm just one of these people who saw those videos a few years ago, and I'm actually taking the actions, and I'm just documenting the process of what it's actually like to start your own business, leave a job and start your own business and be self-employed. So this is Sanchez's Facebook. He sent me this message. I'm just going to try to answer these, like I said, to the best of my abilities. So he said, some of the questions I had were, how do I go about starting an e-com business, faceless, and do you recommend it? Next question is, would you go into a specific niche that's interests you the most, or will you see profitable products? I know you hate beginner questions, but what would you recommend to start for marketing? I want to do C2C, consumer to consumer. I'm assuming that you mean direct to consumer or sell a product. So let's just start with the number one questions. How would I go about starting a faceless business, and do I recommend it? Okay, so I'm just going to start off here and say, yes, I 100% recommend this. And I think this is going to be different for everyone that you see on YouTube, because you have to take into consideration that I am going to be biased to what works for me. I believe that starting a faceless business is absolutely doable, and I do recommend it. But at the same time, if you were supposed to start something where your brand or your service has a face to it, then it's easier to build trust with those people who you consider to be your audience or your servant, right? But in the case, if you don't want to show your face to your business or have a faceless business, it's totally doable. That's exactly what I did, and I'm continuing to do that. My reasons for having a faceless business, or my main reason, is because at the time I was in the army. I was in the medical field. A lot of people knew who I was, and I didn't want any extra attention drawn to me based on my business decisions that I made. And another big part of it is, maybe it's not the best reason why, but I also like to have peace of mind. So if you don't know this, once you start a business, so if you quit your job and you decide to start, you decide to do your own thing, right? Once you start that business, there's no escape. It's always going to be on your mind. All you're going to be thinking about at all times is your business. At no time in the day when you just start are you not going to be thinking about the business. So to have not only have that business, but to have people knowing who you are and have direct access to you, I didn't want that. I was already dealing with hundreds of customer emails. When I choose to respond to them like on a daily basis, I didn't want, even though it should say this out loud now, but I didn't want my customers to have direct access to me at any time they want, because I also needed time to relax my mind and just take it easy and recuperate my mental space. So That's one of the big benefits of having a faceless business, is just to have the chance to separate your personal life from your business life. Because if everyone knows who you are at all time, if they reach out to your brand customer support email or customer support, whatever it may be, and you don't answer, they know exactly where to find you and all these other things. But it's definitely, there's different reasons why anyone could want to have a faceless business. There's so many different ways you can go, and at the end of the day, no one really knows who you are. But I have to say, if you're doing this, it has to be like a legitimate thing. I can go on YouTube right now and show you a great example. I wish I could just show you guys my brand and the product I'm selling to make it easier to explain, but let me just hop on YouTube and show you an example of a faceless business that I really look up. Like I love what they're doing. I'm following their footsteps. I'm taking some of what they're doing into my own business. So let me just pop it up real quick. And this isn't e-com or anything, but let me just search it up. It's Alux. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Alux, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is a completely faceless business. Their entire all your YouTube videos are faceless. They have a voiceover artist. They have someone who scripted videos. You never see the person who's behind Alux. They launch an app. They have their website. They sell courses and all that stuff. No one knows who they are, but they provide value, provide good quality content that's actionable, informative, and people love it. So I think this is a great example of why you should start a faceless business. And I would 100% recommend that. Okay, so I actually took a quick break there to type up a Word document of how I would start a faceless business, and I had to come back to my YouTube channel because I posted a video a few months ago on how to sell on YouTube, which pretty much documents the process of starting a faceless business. And I'm just gonna hop over to that video and show you some things. So from this video, I just wrote up this quick Word document. So it's gonna start off with your customer research, and then it's gonna go into finding where they spend their time online, and creating relevant content to target that group of people. So let me just hop into this spreadsheet real quick. So how would I start a faceless business? By the way, I didn't spell check this or anything. I literally just typed this up for the sake of this video. So I will start by coming up with a list of problems that I could solve for other groups of people or things that I find interesting. So those, for me, that's the most important part of starting a business. I need to find something that I have knowledge about, or it's easy for me to gain knowledge about that thing. So I don't want to start a business about coding when I don't know anything about coding or anything that, anything about that side of things. So I want to find something that I can talk about or I can learn easily. I can resonate with that. I can find their pain points and I can, provide value to these people. Why is this important? You know exactly what they're going through, so you can speak their language and target their pain points. And I'm just going to use an example because I made a video about how to sell high ticket products recently where I was talking about people with back pain and stuff like that. Now, I have back pain. It would be easier for me to target an audience that suffers from back pain. I know exactly what they're going through. I know exactly what they need to get better. And so things like that, it would just make it easier to start a brand because you know exactly what you're talking about. You know the problem that they're facing and you know exactly how to fix it. So speaking their language, that doesn't mean that you guys are both speaking English. It means that you pretty much have an inside look of what's going on in their mind. So you know exactly what their pain point is, even though they're not saying it out loud. You can speak directly to them and they're going to come to your brand or receive your message by whatever form you choose to do that, whether it's like through organic marketing, ads, or whatever. But when they receive or hear your message, they can resonate with it much more because they know that you understand what they're going through. So, for example, things that I could start if I was starting a faceless business on, it would be coming up, because these are just things that I find interesting. It could be coming up with marketing strategies for businesses, and analytics and growth plan, email marketing, influencer marketing, outreach, SEO, social media marketing, content marketing, video scripting, setting up business for YouTube channel, etc. So these are some things that I could come up with, and because I find those things interesting and I have the experience and knowledge to talk about those things, it would be easier for me to do those things. So the next part would be finding out, a really important part is be finding my audience. Again, I'm not looking for these things before. I'm just using these things as a guide to figure out who my audience is. So who are these people? So the people who are going to be interested in the things that I'm looking for are, people looking to start a side gig. They're just looking to earn money online. Just any sort of these people. And then the next important part is once you find your audience, it doesn't have to be one specific audience, but you can find different group of audience and just go through your list and see which one you most resonate with, or which one's going to be more profitable for you, which one do you feel like you can put in more time and effort in and do it for longer periods of time without getting instant gratification, but you can do it for a longer period of time without getting rewarded financially and still feel comfortable doing it, because those usually pay off better in the end. Okay, so where are they? This is also another important point. So once you figure out what it is that you're going to be offering eventually, and who these people are, you need to figure out where they spend their time online. So this could be Discord, Reddit, core forums, YouTube, Facebook groups, Twitter, etc. So find out where these people are spending their time online. As a matter of fact, you want to find out their entire demographic, the average age group, if they're married, if they're in school, if they're dropouts. You need to find all of that information. You don't need to, but having all of this information will make it easier for you to create content that resonates best with the audience that you're trying to reach. I wish I'd done this better or faster in the future or realized this. But now that I'm at this point, several years later, 3 years later with this business, but I've been doing online stuff for like 10 years now. I wish that I would have started off, do proper research, but I'm a very impulsive person. I have ADHD, so this doesn't always work. But just take this information and run with it. Find out exactly where they are. When I first started this brand that I'm running right now, I realized that I could find the people on Reddit and Quora, and I actually made my first sale on Shopify by going through Reddit and Quora questions and actually answering them, because, like I said, I'm in the medical health space, so I could actually go through and answer these questions as a certified medical professional at the time, and answer these questions and tell these people exactly what's going on with their problem, how to fix it, and whatever, and then I would just leave a link to my website, and they would go over there and buy things. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you right now, but that's just a good start to find out where your customers are hanging out, and not just for like selling to them directly, but you can see how they're talking, what they're talking about, the different type of problems that they have. This is another good point. It's if they have problems with the current products that are being offered to their whole audience group and their segment of people. So the specific group of people you're targeting, if they have problems about things, they're going to talk about it, especially on Reddit and forums and the Facebook groups. They're going to be let it be known. And this is I love seeing my audience have these discussions, because then you get to figure out what the other brands that are selling to them. You're going to see all the problems that's wrong with their products or things that can be improved. And if you're going to be launching the same or similar product to these people who you decide to target, you can make improvements on the product that you're going to be offering them based on the problems that they say that they have with it, or they wish was the case currently. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And then the final stage would be to get their attention, and I would get their attention by any means necessary and build a following our audience. So if I were supposed to start over, I wouldn't just start a brand where I selected a product and made a website and then go try to find a group of audience or the people to sell to. I would find the people to sell to first and actually build the audience, and then launch products to them later. Because once, if you figure out all of the information about people, their target language, all their problems, what they're looking for, the problems that they're having with these current, products and services that are out there for them, and you make content that's specifically tailored to these people, they're going to watch the content. They're going to enjoy that you actually took the time to research their problem and come up with a good solution. And when you launch the products or services to them, they're going to more likely be they're more likely going to be a buyer or supporter of your brand. So this is how I would go about starting a faceless business, and I hope this was actually helpful to you. This would have been helpful to me when I was beginning, so hopefully it was for you. And let's get back to the rest of the video. Next question: would you go into a specific niche that interests you the most, or where you see a profitable product? This is where I see. Okay, I'm going to join this question with the other one. So I said, would you recommend this whole section, beginner questions? So based on the videos that I've put out in the past about starting businesses or working with businesses, choosing products and stuff like that, I don't hate beginner questions. I don't consider these to be beginner questions. I just don't want to be caught up in the YouTube scene of making beginner content. And for example, before I answer this question, I'm just going to go to YouTube again and show you guys what I'm talking about. And by no means is this going to be, what's his name, Mikey again. There's channels on YouTube that just, what is this guy's name? There's channels on YouTube that just post dropshipping content just to get buzz and make money and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that this is what Mikey's doing. Like, I love watching this guy's channel. He's come a far way. But if you're watching channels like this on YouTube, I don't know if it's just for entertainment or you're actually looking here to learn things, but there's one thing that I see in common with a bunch of these YouTube videos talking about, drop shipping and, making money in 7 days or whatever. If you look at the product selections in these videos, there's it's not always the case, but oftentimes the product selection in these videos, it's not great. A lot of these people want to start drop shipping and they're picking out products that are like gimmicky. They have no real value. They're not long term. It's just like, oh, this is the next hype, like a fidget spinner. This is the next hype thing, and let's run this for like 2 months and then, start something else. Like me, like maybe that you're that kind of person, but I'm not that kind of person. I want to sell something that I can continuously sell over and over to repeat customers or actually build a brand out of it. I don't want to sell gimmicky I don't want to sell these gimmicky products that are just, here today and they're gone tomorrow. I don't want to have to keep looking for new products, the next winning product to sell. I want to find a winner and I want to sell that to a specific audience. Now, this is going to lead back to my niche selection. I can't really say that I would go into a specific niche that interests me. I look for products to sell that I feel confident selling. So, or if I have a lot of experience with this niche. So my current niche right now is the health, wellness, and beauty cosmetics, I guess, because I used to be a healthcare specialist. I served in the army as a medic for 8 years, and during that time, I had to learn a bunch of medical shit that I might as well put that knowledge to use. So it's easier for me to sell these more technical products that promise all these crazy results and things like that. So would I say to pick a specific niche? I would say if you know something, if you know more than the average person about this niche, or you can, I'm trying to find the right way to word this. If you have a niche that you can like confidently talk about or share information about, or you know so much about it that it's easy for you to sell things or recommend products or know what's good, what's bad, then I would say absolutely pick those niche or products. But at the end of the day, I don't think you should base your product selection or niche selection based on winning products. I think you should actually find out what niche, find out what audience you resonate with or what problems you think you can solve the best, and then find that group of audience and sell to them. Don't go look for, I wouldn't say go looking for products. I would go look for audiences and niches that I know about and see how I can, fulfill their needs. So I find people out there in a specific niche that I know about and see how I can actually help these people. I want to make their life easier. So that's my main goal. I wouldn't go out there right now looking for winning products and stuff like that. Like I said earlier, I don't want to do that. And I think it's easier if you just find a group of people with specific problems and then you can just sell to them later on. Okay, the next part of, I hope that explained that properly. English isn't my first language, so some of these words that I choose to explain these things might not be the best. Okay, let's go on to the next question. What would you recommend to start for marketing? This is going to be a really difficult question for me to answer because personally, for me, when I started dropshipping or where I decided to start the brand that I currently run, I didn't do it for the money, and I didn't really do it for the money. So my situation is that I just love marketing. I love marketing and sales. I like to find out how to get people's attention and make them, do the things that I want them to do, which is take the action and actually purchase. So when I started my brand, it was my goal to try out as many different marketing strategies as I possibly could and see what works. Because, like I said, I love marketing. I love the psychology behind it. And if you look at my channel, you can see the different things that I talk about to reflect what I'm saying here. But I started my brand with the sole purpose of finding different marketing strategies that aren't commonly used and actually using those to my advantage. Now, over the 3.5 years that I've been using this brand as the guinea pig to test out these marketing strategies now, I would definitely say I wouldn't, even though I love influencer marketing, I would not start with influencer marketing because it's not an overnight thing. It takes like several weeks or months to see great results from that. I would actually start out with TikTok ads because that's popping off right now. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't start with that. I would definitely start off with Google shopping ads and Google search ads. Like a lot of people these days underestimate the power of like Google ads, and by Google I mean the whole Google ecosystem. So like the Google Display Network, YouTube ads, Google search ads, Google shopping ads, all of that stuff. That's where I would start right now because if you go on YouTube, right, People are going on YouTube to search for reviews. They're just looking for information. They're doing the same thing on Google. If you search for something, chances are they're looking for something to solve one of their problems. So that's why I like using Google and YouTube. And I will continue to create content about running Google ads, Google shopping ads, Google search ads, and YouTube ads. Personally, I don't know. I guess I'm in love with the whole YouTube Google ecosystem because with YouTube ads, I just have a chance to reach so many people looking to actually buy things. And there's so many things that I've actually learned about YouTube over the years that I will be sharing in my coming videos, but it makes it so much easier to market to people versus like using Facebook ads or even Google search ad itself. There's an ad strategy on YouTube where you can run in-feed, what is it called? In-feed video ads or overlay video ads. So this is what I would start with. If you don't want to use Facebook because the cost is so high, or TikTok, you could go on YouTube, find out who your audience is, find out what videos they're watching. There's a tool called TubeSift where you can type in your keyword and see what those videos are that resonate with your audience. So you find a list of videos or a list of channels. You get your video made. It's going to either be UGC, so user generated content by influencers, or you can pay someone else to make a video ad for you. You can make it yourself. You're going to then take this video ad, post it on your YouTube channel, leave it unlisted or public, and you want it to be properly optimized with a good thumbnail, title, and description, and link back to your Shopify store or wherever you're trying to sell stuff. And then you go on YouTube and you actually run an ad to your target audience. Now, I don't do this. I don't do this like the typical marketing that the typical marketers that you see on YouTube running these YouTube ads. I run my ads specifically for testing purposes in the beginning to make sure that they're profitable by giving the people who are clicking or interacting with my ads the option to actually interact with them. So one option, the typical blanket option for YouTube ads that you have is you can just run an ad that shows on top, or it plays before, during, or after a YouTube video, which is the most common type of ads. But then there are other ads. If I go on YouTube and type something in, they pop up. I have my ads disabled, so you wouldn't be able to see it. But let's say I come into YouTube and I type something up here. The first results would be, the ad spots, and the videos that pop up, it would actually be, my ad would actually show there based on the keywords. So when I use ads like that, people would be able to see my ads, click on it, and choose to interact with it. And it's actually, believe it or not, it's cheaper to run these ads. So if I was supposed to run an ad, I'll make a different video on this so you can see what I'm talking about now, because maybe it doesn't make sense when I'm talking about this. But just here's how you do it. So all you have to do is click on not new ad group. Let me go back to the main account. Click on new campaign. See how long this takes to load up. And then you're going to click create a campaign without a goal. Come down to video. You're going to keep it at custom video campaign. Continue. This is moving really slow. So just leave the campaign name the same. I want it to spend daily. Let's say I want it to spend $5 a day. United States. Inventory type, I'm going to put this on expanded inventory because anyone can see my product. And when you put it on expanded inventory, you get cheaper cost per clicks or cost per view. But if you have a product that you don't want to show on sensitive things with people not family friendly, then put it on standard or a limited inventory. I'm not going to add anything in here, but you can, my Google shopping ads are in here as well. I'm not going to link this right now. And then scroll down here, you would put in the keywords. So like whatever let's say I'm going to use one of my videos, for example. I have a recent video about Google ads, so I'm just going to go ahead, copy the URL, come back here. So if I wanted to do a Google ads video, I would just type in Google ads suspension as my keyword, type it right there, and that would be my keyword. I don't know how much it would probably cost. A lot more to run an ad for Google ad suspension if you're an agency that you're gonna quote unquote fix the suspended account. So that would be my keyword, and I'm going to leave it at any topic replacement, and maximum cost per view is 5 cents. YouTube video, paste a link from there. And this is the important part. You don't want it to be a skippable in-stream ad. If you choose this, then you're going to be paying the average cost per view on YouTube. You want to be an in-video ad. The difference between this and this is the skippable in-stream ad. It will only show before, during, or after videos that are related to your keyword that you selected. But with the in-feed ad, you get all of that, plus you get to be shown on the homepage, search results next to the videos, everything else. It doesn't really make, actually it makes perfect sense why this is the way, because with an in-stream ad, you're forcing someone to watch your ad, so you're paying for the convenience of someone not having the possibility to skip your ad for 5 to 30 seconds. With an in-stream ad, it's crazy to think that not that many people are doing this, because if you think about it this way, this one, you're paying more to force your ad on someone. This way, you're paying less to have someone make a conscious decision to see your ad in the search results and decide to view or watch it. So whatever you're selling, whatever you're trying to promote, it's just genius and it's great. So with the in-stream ads that we're not going to do, we're going to do the in-feed video ads. And this one, you get 100 characters you can type in here for the headline, very descriptive, and anything else you want. And all this is going to do is when this ad shows up, it's not going to take them to your website or anything. The person who's clicking on this ad is going to get taken directly to that video. So if you have a sales video or a sales pitch or anything that you want people to see, you would just link the video URL and they go and watch it. And then, however long it takes for them to convert. I'm planning to just do this in multiple categories just to find the related searches to my current, I guess, niche, and just expanding this. But for me, this is really crazy, and I hope it brought some value to you. Hopefully you guys have success with this, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. So if I do this the natural way or the common way, I run an ad on YouTube. If someone watches 30 seconds or more or click on the ad, I get charged for it. This other way, they don't have to watch 30 seconds. They can see my ad and choose to interact with it, and it costs me less, and they're probably more likely to convert. So that's what I would start out right now. I would start out with these kind of Google search ads because you're getting more brand awareness, recognition. It drives traffic to your store, and then you can automatically tag all these people. They can get caught in your cookie, and you can remarket to them or retarget them. Well, forever if you choose to. I don't recommend that, but I think that's a great place to start. And you said right here for content, you could do a video on what you do on a day-to-day in the life of what you're doing now compared to a day in life of how you were when you first started the business. Jesus. All right. You know what? I'll take you up on that. I'll make a video, a day in life video of what I do now versus what I used to do in the past. And let's see how interesting that turns out. I really hope that you were able to get the message that I was trying to deliver to you. And I hope I was able to answer your questions. And yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know and I'll work on this video for you when I have some time. If you guys are new here, you like this kind of content, smash the like button, subscribe, join me on my journey and see what I'm doing to build up my business and try to become financially free out here. All right, peace.